Hey guys, Alessio. Now in this video I want to take a second look at a chart, one of my favorite charts, which is the chart of the market that knows everything, the market that knows all, which is the bond market. Now I'll explain to you in a few moments why I say that the bond market knows everything, but before I do that though, and before I comment on this particular chart and what it means about the stock market, let's just take a look at the stock market itself. So this is the next chart I want to take a look. So as you probably know by now, we've had a tremendous rally in the stock market. Now just to put this in context, back in November and December, I was warning everybody. In early December and late November, I was telling everyone, look, be careful, this market is about to tank, this market is about to drop, and it did. As you can see from this chart, and as you probably remember from the Christmas period, markets had a massive nosedive back then. Things which we actually warned in our previous videos. But bottom line is, they've had a tremendous rally since December 26, as you can see here. Markets have almost recovered almost all their losses from the December period. And many people are scratching their heads and thinking, what's going on here, right? But there is one market that actually sheds an important light, some important clues as to what's probably happening here in the stock market. In fact, there's one market that's probably saying that this rally we're seeing in the stock market could be actually a fake rally, a fake out. Or maybe a bull trap, if you want to call it that. All right, so what this market is, let's just go back to that, is the bond market. Here I have a chart of TLT, which is a 20-year treasuries. And by the way, you can use any other bond chart you want, 30-year treasuries if you want to do that. But I like to use 20-year treasuries or TLT. Now, why do we say this market knows everything? Why does this chart or this market knows all? Because the people who trade this particular market are not your average Joe. They're not your average folks in the high street, all right? Most people out there, most of your friends, people you know, don't trade bonds. They trade stocks, they trade the S&P, the Dow, the FTSE, or maybe they are looking at currencies or gold or Bitcoin. Hardly most people are, I think most people are not even aware of bonds, let alone even trade it. So bonds are usually traded by the smart money, financial institutions, the financial big money traders, okay? So that's why when we say this market knows all, when we look at this chart, we're essentially looking into what the smart money is thinking, what the institutions are thinking. And bonds usually are correlated negatively to the stock market. Bonds usually go in opposite direction to the stock market. And usually bonds go up in times of uncertainty as a flight to safety, if you want to call it that. The fact that the bond market is holding strong, so you've had a strong rally in the stock market, but we've also seen bonds remain in an uptrend. Bonds have stayed in an uptrend and remained strong, as you can see here, and have not fallen below the trend line, as you can see that purple line, and have not fallen below the support level of 119 and 118. So the fact that bonds are still holding strong, given the fact that the stock market is holding strong as well, something is not quite right here. What this chart could potentially be saying is that financial institutions, the big money financial traders, the big players, probably have not completely changed their minds about the uncertainties in the market. They probably think that there's going to be more uncertainty and more volatility in the market ahead. And it's quite probable that the strength in the bond market is telling us that perhaps there's likely to be more volatility and more uncertainty, and perhaps this rally we've seen in the stock market could potentially be a fake out rally, a potential a fake rally, if you want to call it that. So bottom line is, the strength in the bond market casts a huge shadow of doubt on what we're seeing, the strength we're seeing in the stock market. It does not mean the stock market has crashed immediately and fall. No, the market could continue to rally further. But bottom line is, keep watching bonds. Keep your eye on the bonds, on the bond market, TLT. If it falls below 119, 118, fine. That means that essentially the market could go much further higher, the stock market could go much higher. But if the bond market continues to remain strong, continues to push further higher, there's something deeply wrong about the rally we're seeing in the stock market. All right, guys, hope this video helps. And guys, let me have your comments below this video. Thanks very much.